Timo, we've heard a lot about the increased play and the things that are going well. What's the next step for this team, and what do you want to see out of tonight's game?
Just a full 60 minutes where we obviously want to come out on top. We got to find a way win games. I think too many times we put ourselves behind and then we got to fight back. So right off the start, we got to play our game and then consistency for 60 minutes.
I know typically players don't like to talk about themselves, but your movement away from the puck has led to some really great goals for this Devils team. What are you liking about this team's ability to move in the offensive zone and create those lanes and opportunities for everyone to score?
Yeah, we just got to work for each other. Starts with smart play in the D zone, defending the right way, and then making plays to get out with speed with the puck. I think it takes everybody as a line of 5 guys to be connected to get in the offensive zone, and then obviously there we want to use our strength, we want to use our skill to make plays, and I think we can do a much better job too getting to the goalie's eyes and staying there and find those loose pucks.
Nico has been on a roll, 8 goals to start the year, but his defensive side has always been something everyone has talked about. What makes him so good as a two-way player?
Yeah, he's just a complete player and shows it every night. He's great on the penalty kill. He has been red hot scoring goals on the power play. He's great in the face-off circle. So he does it all the things right, all the small details. And that's why he gets rewarded with those goals.
The Ducks team does have some really good talent on there. What are you guys expecting, and what's the game plan facing them tonight?
Yeah, they're skilled groups, some young players that have a lot of speed and can make you play if you don't play the right way. So we got to come out really focused right from the start with a lot of energy. Like I said, play our game for 60 minutes, and then we know we're going to get the result if we do that.
Let's start with the defensive effort. We saw that this team has been improving every part of their game, but what's that next level you all want to take with tonight's contest?
I think just, be solid. I think, it's not going to be perfect, but I think we can eliminate some mistakes and just, play a more solid game, get the puck out quick, and, race back for pucks, win the 50-50 battles, and go from there.
What makes Nico's defensive game so special, and his ability to be great right now, 8 goals to start the season, but also be so responsible with it defensively as well?
Yeah, I think he's a smart player in both ends. He knows how to play in the offensive zone, and he knows how to play in the D zone as well. And, I think he takes a lot of pride in the D zone as well. And, you can see it on the ice too. If you're on the ice with Nico, you're in good hands. And, I think he's playing really good now. He's going good. And, I think he's just a smart player.
A lot of fight in this team to keep battling back, keep pushing, especially in the last couple of games. How do you guys continue to build on that and bring that for the full 60?
Yeah, it's... sometimes we get a little bad bounces, but I think that shouldn't be an excuse. I think in the last couple of games we show we can play a very good game. As I said, there's been a couple of mistakes every now and then, but I think if we eliminate them, we're on a good track.
What are some of the things this group will be mindful of when you're facing a skilled but young and maybe not as experienced opponent in the Anaheim Ducks?
Yeah, I mean, teams like that, they're kind of dangerous. They have a lot of speed. They're skilled. You never know, what they bring today. But our mindset has to be the same as always. Go into the game and just play our game, focus on ourselves, and do the forward check. Move our legs and play physical. And I think if we do that, our chance will be there.
Sheldon, what are some of the things your team is mindful about in facing the Anaheim Ducks tonight?
Well, we're mainly focused on our game. It's still, very much that time of year, but you always, make them aware of little things. I think it's a team with lots of skill and creativity. So if you don't play a good, sound, structured game, then they can capitalize on you that way. So that would be something for sure that is top of mind for us here tonight. But as I said, it's really our game. We want to continue to be good on both sides of the puck and keep building this. That was what our meeting was about this morning, and try to address a couple things in the morning skate, and then get right back to it.
Toward that end, it looks like with the lack of practice time that you talked about the other night, you're using the morning skates as kind of a combination, get ready for the game, but also more teaching than maybe normally you might do. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct. We've sort of been forced to do that, and try to put one thing in each of the morning skates to touch on it. It's always hard to get the intensity that you like to have when you're in a practice mindset, but you're still, even just some of the routes and spots and spacing, things like that, you're trying to get right. But yeah, we have been trying to utilize morning skate time to address a couple things for sure.
How has that challenged you as a coach?
That's really what the NHL is about. It's been a little bit extreme, in this circumstance, even more so coming in as a new coach.
Yeah, that's
But the reality of the NHL, as I learned quickly coming from the American League, is the biggest adjustment is no practice time. In the AHL, you have too much practice time. In junior hockey, you have too much practice time for the most part. You want to play games, and the games then come in clusters on the weekends for the most part. But in the NHL, all of a sudden, you've got to put together a system. You've got to address things. You've got to optimize the team and the system and the structure in times when you either don't practice at all or when you do. If we're practicing more than 30, 35 minutes, that's a long practice. So you've got to be very precise. So anytime I talk to a coach and they talk to me with the biggest adjustment coming to the NHL, the lack of practice time is the number one thing.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. What is the plan for Shimon? Do you plan to get him maybe into a game? Is it a matter of just watching, sitting, learning what he needs to do? What's the status?
Yeah, right now we're obviously still we're in a situation where we're trying to get Hughes and Pesci up to speed and give them as many reps as possible. So that's the first thing. The other defensemen, have performed very well. They're well-established players for us, so he's going to have to be patient right now and continue to work and learn. Still a young guy with lots to learn and lots of room to grow. But we've got great depth on defense, and he and Casey and Kovacevic, got really good opportunities early in the season because of our situation. And Kovacevic, to me, has really taken off and capitalized on it. And there's not as much opportunity here now, so it's more of a numbers situation.
Coach, you have a team coming in off a back-to-back. Typically, that hasn't gone in your favor so far. Small sample, but what do you have to do to maybe just take advantage of them coming in and playing last night?
Yeah, I think it's less about them playing last night, especially. The New York, New Jersey is as nice a back-to-back as you're going to find in the NHL, but it's about our game, just executing, be good for 3 periods, get off to a good start, play a good structured game, execute on offense and special teams. So all those kind of things don't change no matter what the circumstances are of the opponent.
Do you anticipate any changes in the lineup today?
No, we'll see. We had the off day yesterday, and there's a couple things happening. Some of our guys will just monitor throughout the day and make sure everybody's good for tonight and make our final decision then.
What are some of the habits that you want to see improved by a team? We talk so much about needing to have certain habits in game, and what are you seeing that you've really liked, and maybe the ones that need to go to another level?
Well, I think we've talked about the level of competitiveness, the intensity. For me, that has been in a good place. The last couple of games hasn't been an issue for us, and we hope that will continue. There's the defensive pieces and box outs and defending your net and, executing on plays on the boards to get us out of trouble. All those kind of things is what we're looking for. And then just our awareness, our situational awareness, as we call it, just making sure our line changes are good. We're not taking bad penalties, recognizing time and score and where you are at your shift, and managing the puck. All of those things that really ultimately do make the difference in winning and losing. I think that's where we continually need to grow.
Is that a concentration thing? When you talk about that situational awareness, whether lines, is that where does that come from? Right?
Yeah, I think concentration. I think focus for sure. It's called awareness for a reason. You need to be aware and conscious of what's going on the ice. But There's a leadership element to it. I think the players really got to take charge of that and really embrace the messaging from the coaching staff and have it spread throughout the bench and the locker room, and then go out and embody that. It's about the mindset. We've got a lot of offensive guys that are, they feel like they can make plays and score at any time, and in many cases they can, but you got to play with a conscience. And I think we've seen a lot of growth in that area already, from preseason, from Prague to here. But at times we've had lapses. I think little things like that got us into some trouble in Detroit, despite playing a very good game. You make some mistakes that just open the door for the opposition, despite outplaying them, that they can score. And those are things that the top teams in the league just don't do, or certainly, I shouldn't say they don't do, but they do it a lot less frequently.
When you think about it, how incredible is it that a family, a mom and dad, can have 3 sons playing in the NHL, so young and so, special the way they are?
It's wild. I've got 2 boys myself, and you think about the time and the effort and that's put in to them, and you see them grow, and you just love to support them and have them enjoy the game that I love so much. But to have 3 boys excel on that level, on that stage, is incredible. Really, it's a tremendous story, and just the 2 that we have to work with here are tremendous kids, and talents are outrageous. So it's I think about that sometimes. I always sometimes you see 2 and you think it's pretty impressive. You see brothers playing against each other around the league and things like that. To have 3, even more so.